Om Shri Sai Ram, Jnana Vahini by Bhagwan Shri Satya Sai Baba, Chapter 3, 4 Types of Jnanis. There are 4 types of Jnanis or genuine aspirants of enlightenment. Brahmavid, Brahmavidvara, Brahmaviddavariyan, Brahmavidvarishtaha. They are classified according to the development of the Sattvika or pure quality in the Jnani. The first type of Jnani, the Brahmavid, that is the knower of Supreme Self, has reached the 4th stage of spiritual progress called Saptagyana Bhumikas, and the ones who reach the 4th stage and above are Jnanis called Sattvapati, one who develops equal vision towards everything, having indifference or lack of interest towards worldly objects and affairs. The second type of Jnani, the Brahmavidvara, or the good among the knowers of Brahman, he has attained the 5th stage called Asamshakti, or perfect non-attachment to worldly objects. The third type of Jnani, Brahmavidvariyan, better among the knowers of Brahman, has gained the 6th stage called Padartha Bhavana, or non-perception of worldly objects. The 4th type of Jnani, the Brahmavidvarishta, the best or highest ranked Brahmavid, is at the 7th stage, or the state of Turiya, the ultimate state of consciousness or superconsciousness. He is always in the state of Samadhi, or complete absorption in Brahman. The Brahmavidvaristha is a Videha Mukta, for whom the world appears as formless Brahman, irrespective of its name and form and attributes. He has to be forcibly persuaded to partake of food and drink. He will not engage himself in any work relating to the world. He will be unconscious of the body and its demands. But Brahmavid and Brahmavidvara will have some degree of awareness of the body. They will engage themselves in worldly work to the extent appropriate to their spiritual status. For them, Manonasanam is of utmost importance. Manonasanam means to put an end to the mind. This itself is of 2 grades. Swarupanasam meaning the destruction of the chitta or mind, and even its rupa or signs or traces. Arupanasam meaning the destruction of the chitta alone. Readers might be troubled by a doubt while on this point. They might ask, who are those who have conquered and wiped out the manas or mind? Those who have neither attachment nor hatred, pride nor jealousy nor greed. Those who have no inclination or interest towards pleasures of the senses. Those really are the ones who are said to have conquered and wiped out the mind. Such a heroic person's mind will be free from all modifications of the mind. The Jivan Mukta, or the liberated one while living, who has achieved Swarupa Nashanam of the mind, would have eliminated the 2 gunas, tamas and rajas, and he will shine with the splendor of pure sattva, or the quality of purity and goodness. Through the influence of that pure sattva guna, he will radiate maitri or benevolence, and karuna or the compassion and mercy wherever he moves. Whereas in the case of Videha Mukta, even this sattva guna will not exist. The sattva guna will have as its unmistakable conmittance, prakasha or splendor, Jnana or wisdom, Ananda or bliss, Shanti or peace, Samatva or equality, Atma Vishweshasam or confidence in the existing existence of self, Pavitrata or holiness, Shuddha Bhavam or purity and similar qualities. He who is saturated in pure Sattva Guna can witness the image of the Atma within. When Tamas and Rajas mix with pure Sattva, the latter becomes impure Sattva, which in turn causes avidya and ajnana, that is illusion and ignorance. This is the reason for the bondage of man. The Rajsika quality has Vikshepa Shakti. It broadens and deepens the contact of the senses with the external world. It creates Anuragam, or the affection and attachment, and thereby plunges man deeper and deeper into activity and causes happiness and sorrow. The Rajsika quality binds man and strengthens evil qualities such as Krodha or anger, Durasa or greed, Garvam or arrogance, Asuya or envy, Dambha or pomposity, Kapat or deceit, etc. And the Tamsika quality, well, it blinds the vision and causes ignorance, stupidity, carelessness, drowsiness, lethargy, downturn, etc., leading man along the wrong path away from the goal. It envelops the intellect and wisdom and will make even the seen the unseen. Even great pundits or scholars cannot overcome its Vikshepa Shakti and cannot arrive at correct conclusions. Those whose mind is filled with tamas will be affected by many doubts and misgivings and be drawn towards meaningless sensory pleasures to the detriment of the jnana or wisdom they have gained. They will begin to identify themselves with their property, their wives and children, and such otherworldly temporals. They will even confuse untruth with truth and truth with untruth. Note how great a trickster this tamas is. It is because of the avarana shakti or the power of inertia of Maya that Maya or illusion personified as Jivi or the individual is not able to realize Sat, Chit, Ananda or being awareness, bliss, which is his true nature. This avarana shakti is affected by tamas. All this jagat, world or cosmos with its manifoldness is born out of Vikshepa Shakti. Even for its expansion, Vikshepa Shakti is the basis. When all this evolution is subsumed by the process of dissolution, that is pralayam, the three gunas are in perfect equilibrium or balance. This is the state called Guna Samya Avastha, or the state of equilibrium of three gunas. Then, through the will of the super will or Ishvara, the balance of the three gunas is disturbed and they engage in administering the consequences according to the karmas or actions carried out by the jivi. As the balance of the three gunas disturbs and they start to expand in varied ways, the jagat or the world originates and develops and unfolds. This is the stage called Vaishvama Vasthaha, the state of unevenness or disproportion. Thus, from Antakaranas, that is the inner instruments or the collective name for the manas, mind, buddhi, intellect, chitta, collection of notions, tendencies, ideas, and memories, and amkara. Everything is due to Maya. That is the reason why these are referred to as unreal and anatma, non-self or non-essential. They are nothing other than Brahm or imaginary or fallacy. They are like the mirage which superimposes water over desert sand. Maya can be destroyed only by the vision of Brahman, that is the absolute Godhead or Atma. The Karana Shariram or the casual body manifests in three forms: Upadhis or the manifesting mediums, happiness that emanates when one happens to meet one's relations or friends is Priyam. Second, the pleasure or delight one gets when one secures the things craved for is Modam. And third, the rejoicing or the ecstasy one gets when one enjoys or experiences the things thus secured is Pramodam. Even sleep and dream are vrittis. In deep sleep also a jnana vritti or the sense of ignorance exists. All vrittis or modifications have to be overcome. Only then Atma Jnanam or the knowledge of the self can emanate. The feelings of I, mine, anger, etc. are caused by the modifications of the mind. Like swarms of flies coming together, endless series of sankalpas and vrittis emanate from the antakaranas. Just as a single soldier successfully destroys hundreds of enemy personnel one by one, similarly, one has to put an end to each vritti as and when it emerges from the mind. The sankalpa sprouts out from the seed called samsara or the impression on the mind tendency. All vrittis will cease if one inquires, "Who am I?" No matter how many vrittis come forth, when you question yourself, "Who am I?" all of them will die down just as the bubbles burst. This was the sadhana or the spiritual practice that Ramana Maharishi achieved and taught to his disciples. This is also the easiest of all the disciplines. What this means is all that exists is only Brahman and nothing else. Even through the japa or the constant repetition of the Mahavakya, the great aphorism Aham Brahma Asmi, I am Brahman, Ajnana or ignorance can be destroyed. Firstly, the foundation stage, the first of the 7 stages of spiritual progress for Jivi, is Subhecha, interest or desire for truth. Characteristics of the one with Subhecha are inclination towards the company of Brahma Tattvetas, the exponents of Brahman, and interest to learn from them, desire for moksha or liberation, study of spiritual texts, dislike or aversion towards pleasures of the senses, etc. The sadhaka or the spiritual aspirant with the above fourfold interest listens to the spiritual advice of Shrutis and imbibe the significance of the Mahavakyas such as Tat Tvam Asi, that thou art, from the preceptor and contemplates on them deeply with ekagrata or one-pointed attention. This is the Vicharana stage. By means of this above-mentioned 2 stages of spiritual progress, the mind can be fixed very soon on the contemplation of Brahman. By using these 2 kinds of sadhanas as a climbing rope, the mind tries to progress to the next stage. This gives rise to Brahmakara or Vritti, mind assuming the form of Brahman, that is the absolute truth. And this is the 3rd stage called Tanu Manasi or the state of pure attunated mind. The 3 above mentioned stages and the disciplines they involve will gradually destroy all desires and cravings and illumine Tattva Jnanam or the knowledge of the reality. The mind is rendered fully, holy and saturated with truth. Therefore, slowly it can absorb in Brahmakara Vritti, When the sadhaka reaches the stage of Asma Shakti or the non attachment, he will be completely free from all bondages with the objects of the exterior world and its impressions. Then, no attention is paid to the internal and the external objects, and it is called Abhaya Pratiti. Even if he, the Jnani, has to pay attention to anything, it is because of the instigation from others. This is called Padartha Bhavana, non perception of objects. He will be ever immersed in the bliss of the Atma. He has no awareness of the seer, the seen, and the sight, the triple thread, and completely focuses only on self. This is the state of Turiya. Some are wakeful, dreary, some are wakeful, dreamy, or Jagrata Swapana. They build castles in the air, planning with the known and the unknown, the seen and the unseen. Some are extra wakeful, Mahajagrata. Their feelings of I and mine have become too deep rooted through many births. These are all but vrittis or the modifications of the mind. Wisdom can dawn only when these are destroyed. Only then can he become an Atma Jnani. Until then, however much one may know of names, one cannot become a true Jnani. To become a true Jnani, one has to primarily destroy. To become a true Jnani, one has to primarily aim to destroy all vrittis. Jai Sai Ram.
साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वप्रचोदयात्। ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वप्रचोदयात्। ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वप्रचोदयात्। ॐ